Now, if I may move on to the challenges that we face, we have quite a number of challenges that we face as South Africa, like limited funding, like security, equipment is being stolen from schools, the digital divide, some provinces, some schools are different levels of ICT implementation. There are other competing priorities, like we need to fix schools and so on and so forth. Digital skills and competences of teachers. Those are some of the challenges, but I'm going to focus on only two challenges still because of time constraints. And one of the challenges, I think the biggest challenges that we have is the challenge of lack or limited connectivity. I don't know how it is in other countries, but I assume that in many countries in Africa, or in many countries and in many developing countries, they do have this problem of the lack or either there's no connectivity at all, or there is limited connectivity. And that actually impedes a lot of things in terms of if you want to do online teaching and learning, if you want to access online resources, it's a problem. So yeah, it is a big limitation. And we need to look at what ways can we mitigate these kinds of challenges, like the lack and limited connectivity. There are about 20% of schools in South Africa out of the something like 22,500 public schools, only about 20 have got connectivity that is adequate for teaching and learning. And when I say this, I say teaching and learning. Many schools have got connectivity, but it's only enough for administration. But when it comes to teaching and learning, it becomes a problem because you can't use videos and so on and so forth because of the limited bandwidth. So in other words, when I say 20%, I mean that those are the schools that have got over 10 megabytes per second that have access to over 10 megabytes. But otherwise, others have got just 4 megabytes per second or 1.5 megabytes per second, that kind of thing, and basically 3G. So that is one. Then the other thing is that we have the schools that the president was talking about. These are what we call the small non-viable schools. You find a school that has got only 135 learners, just only 135. And therefore, you cannot give them a full complement of teachers. Which means that a school that has got 8 classes, grade R, grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, those are 8 classes. But they only have 5 teachers in the school, including the principal, including the head teacher. Now, all of them have got to teach, but still they can't finish all the classes. So what they do is that you put 2 grades into one room. You put grade 1 and grade 2 in one room. You put grade 3 and 4 in one room with one teacher. So one teacher is teaching different classes, different groups of learners. So you need to find ways in which that particular teacher can be assisted or supported in terms of how do you teach 2 different classes at the same time? I mean, the curriculum is different from one grade, and another one is the other one is different. So those are the kinds of schools that the president was talking about.